Now let's start drawing this drawing. So I will start from this one. So you can see the length of this line is 98 unit. So let me draw it first, and then you can see this distance is 13. So let's move this in this direction by 13 unit. And then if you see, you can see this distance is 27. So let's move 27. Now we have to move in this direction, and if you look here, you can see the distance is 25. And then we have to move in this direction, so you can see this. Now this one is 36. Press enter. Now we have to move from this point to this point, and now if you look here, you can see we have a circle, and the dia of the circle is given as 62. So from this point to this point, it should be 62 as well. Press enter. Now we are here, and we have to find this distance. So if you see, you can see we have the distance from this point to this point, which is 19. But the thing is here is that we need to subtract this distance. So to find this distance, you can take help of this circle and then this circle. Now if you see the outer circle having a dia of 62 and the inner circle of having a dia of 50. So you have to subtract that, and after that you will get 12, and you have to divide it by 2 because of the fact that this unit is 6 and this is 6, so that comes out to be 12. Now we already know, now we know that this distance is 6, so we have to subtract 19 from 6, and after that you will get this distance. So now this distance is 13, but before that let's move in this direction by 27 units. And now this distance is we have already find that distance, so this is 19, and we have to subtract 6 from here, so now this will becomes 13. So let's move in that direction by 13 unit, and then press enter. Now the distance from this point to this point is, you can see, 62. Now let's move in the upper direction by 75 units. And then we have to move in this direction by 9 unit. And then we have to move in this direction. So we have to find this distance. You can see this one is 25. And again we have to move in this direction. So you have to find this direction. So you can see it will be very difficult to find this distance. So instead of that, what you can do is you can just simply press escape, and you can draw another line from this unit, because you already know that this is 13, and then press enter. And now you can just simply match it with this one, and after that you can just simply press escape. Now that we have completed this outer boundary, now let's draw these circles. So for that I will simply tap C, and I'm going to first of all draw the outer one here. So you can see the circle having an outer diameter is given, which is 62. So the radius will be 31. So I will just simply click on this point, and maybe I will just this time I will select this dia 62, and now we have this. Again we have a radius, we have again this circle having a radius of 25. C enter. 25 enter. Then we have a small circle of radius 12.5. Now we have completed this part, and now let's remove the lines which we actually don't need. So delete this line, and we also don't need this one. So I'm gonna trim this like this. Now that we have completed this part, let's move to this side. Now here you can see we have a rectangle of 25 by 50. So let's draw it. And then let's simply move this one. So I'm gonna select this, move it to this center like this, and then you can see we have two lines which are actually inclined at 45 degrees, and the unit of these lines are 3. So let's try to do that. So I'm gonna click on line, and then I will just simply click on this point, and you can see we have to move in this direction. So in that case, I'm gonna press tab, and I need to move in this direction by negative of 45 degrees, so that I will move in this direction. Tab negative 45, and then press tab. You can see that still you are getting this, so don't worry about that. Simply press tab and type negative 45 and then tab, and now you can see that this one is locked in this direction. So just simply enter the value, which is 3, and then we are done here. Let's simply press escape. Now I'm gonna select this and mirror it, so I will click here and then click here. Okay, now we have to draw another rectangle here. You can see the dimension of this one is 42 by 19. So let's draw it and then press enter. Now I will select this one and move this one just like this. Now again we have to draw a rectangle here of 50 by 42. So let's draw it. Now let's simply select here and move it like this. Now what we have to do next is we have to add fillet to this, and you can see the radius of this one is 3. So let's simply add the fillet. I'll set the radius to 3, press enter, and I'm going to apply this fillet to all of these 4 sides just like this. Now what next we have to do is we have to draw a line. Simply click on L and click here and then match it here and then press enter. Again use L and then click on this point. So you can just simply zoom in this region so that you can select this endpoint, and then you can just simply click here. After that you can just simply press escape. Let's zoom out. Now if you have trouble in selecting these endpoints like that, you can just simply go to this icon, which is snap cursor. You can click here, and from there you can make sure that this quadrant intersection and these things are on, so that you are not getting any kind of issue while just simply selecting these points. Now let's zoom in this region. So you can see we have a little bit of issue here, so I'm gonna trim this, and you can just simply click here and then here to just simply trim the extra parts, and we don't need them. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to apply the hatch pattern. So for that we'll just simply press escape. Now let's apply the hatch pattern, and for that I'm going to type hatch, press enter, and then I'm going to apply the hatch here. Now you can see we have an issue with the scale. So what you can do is you can just simply go to hatch tab, and then you can just simply set the scale. So maybe I will increase the scale to 10 to see how it works. And then if I just simply go here, and if I take my mouse cursor, you can see that this one is looking better than before, but still I guess that I need to increase the scale. So for that again I will go to this hatch creation tab, and I will set the scale to 15 and then click here. And now if you take your mouse cursor, you can see that this one is looking better, but maybe I can just simply increase the scale more. Maybe I can make this one 20, and now you can see that this one is looking better. So I'm happy with that. All I need is just to simply click here and then click here, and now my drawing is complete. Now all I need is just to simply press escape. So that's our final drawing.